It was a quiet January afternoon in Los Angeles. The streets were calm. The sun spilled over the west side. And inside a small, boutique furniture store, a young woman was going about her day. She had no idea that someone had already chosen her as their target. This is the story of Brianna Kupfer, and the afternoon that changed everything. Brianna Kupfer was just 24 years old, bright, ambitious, compassionate. A UCLA graduate with dreams of making her mark in the design world. She worked part-time at Croft House, a high-end furniture store in Hancock Park, a neighborhood known for its calm, upscale charm. Friends described her as warm and full of life, the kind of person who could light up a room with a single smile. On January 13, 2022, she opened the store as usual. She greeted customers, checked inventory, sipped her coffee. It was just another Thursday, or so it seemed. At 1:36 p.m., surveillance cameras on the street picked up a man walking toward Croft House. He was wearing a dark hoodie, sunglasses, and a backpack slung low. He pushed open the door. The chime rang softly. No one else was inside. Brianna greeted him, as she would any customer, but something about him was off. Minutes later, Brianna sent a text message to a friend. She said there was a man in the store, and he was giving her a bad vibe. That message would be her last. At 1:50 p.m., the store fell eerily quiet. No more voices. No footsteps. In the reconstruction of events, investigators believe the man pulled a knife and attacked without warning. It was quick, brutal. And by the time it was over, Brianna Kupfer lay alone behind the counter. The man walked out, calmly, almost casually. On the security footage, he strolls down the sidewalk, disappearing into the city like nothing had happened. It was another customer who would discover her. Just minutes later, the door opened again. They called 911, their voice trembling as they told dispatch what they had found. Within minutes, police swarmed the scene. Yellow tape went up, the street filled with flashing lights and reporters. The city was shaken. The LAPD released images of the suspect. Surveillance stills showed him in nearby stores, boarding a bus, walking through shopping plazas. Detectives traced his movements across the city, piecing together his escape route. Tips began flooding in. 3 days later, in Pasadena, police spotted him. He was arrested without incident. His name, Sean Laval Smith. A drifter, a man with a criminal past and a history of violence. Brianna Kupfer's death was senseless, and it left a permanent scar on her family, her friends, and the community she touched. Her life was filled with promise, stolen in a moment of violence that can never be undone. But those who knew her refused to let her memory fade. Vigils were held, candles lit, flowers placed outside the store where she once stood. And her name has become a reminder of why we must remain vigilant, why we must demand safety in the spaces we consider safe. Brianna Kupfer was taken far too soon, but her light will never truly go out. In memory of Brianna Kupfer.